Hello, and thank you for staying tuned in the New Era series in Change for the World. Today, with episode number 8, Mindmap of Change, and please excuse in advance for my speed in this episode because I've seen in the German video that there's a lot of information which I have to get to you in a very dense form. So first of all, as usual, the feedback I got. I posted the video in on Facebook, so the German one. So feedback is always mixed, German and English. And there was a misunderstanding in exchange trade. Somebody thought, we have to realize a new currency. But in fact, this is the thing I want to get rid of in the future, because a currency always means that we have a certain thing that is standing for certain goods which are which are fulfilling our basic needs or our needs in general, and money is only an intermediate between those. So you have money to get the goods which then fulfill your needs, but you only need the goods to fulfill your needs. So why don't cut off the money part and then work without it? And therefore, I said exchange trade is everything that we need. So one who can produce stone axes can get something wooden from somebody who's good in producing wooden products. But the only currency we may need is the trust. The trust that everybody will do his part in the society and will use his capabilities to fulfill maybe the weaknesses of somebody else in the community. Because the community is only strong if all the weaknesses are leveled up by somebody who has more capabilities in this field, while another one does not have these capabilities. And on the other hand, the one with lesser capabilities, for example in the wooden production, is more handy with stone products. Just for an example, it also could be steel or could be products made from grass or something like that. It's just the basis that everybody has its own place in the society or in the community. And to put a straight line into all my thoughts for this episode, let's stick to the notes. In the recent videos, or in all my videos until now, I mentioned the reasons and the causes for the necessity to change. And let's move on how we have to do it, or what we have to do exactly. As this episode is called Mindmap of Change, for now I only I'm talking about the surroundings, about the window pane, so in which we have to move, and then we can watch through this window and see what is beyond this pane. We need a fundamental change of economy, not towards a new currency, not towards I give you and you give me, but towards a society in which everybody is focused on the basic needs of everybody and on the basic needs of nature itself. That is maybe a bit more important than the human needs, because the natural needs in an indirect way also serve the needs of the human race. We need an abolishment of the monetary system and rebuild the trust in each other. We need a new order of society that is regionalized. So when we have the globalization where everybody's put closer together, we need some forces that produce let's say hold back areas, so in which we can freely move with our mindset and have people around us with a very similar or even the same mindset. So we are today organized in countries, in unions. So the US is a union of otherwise independent states. But the states decided that it is better for their economy and so on and so on, and also for their military needs, to be one part or to be one union. As this is creating so much differences and so much conflicts, I think in this world it is better to have more regionalization, in which we say a certain city can make its own laws, because then people are somehow voluntarily living in another city, because there are people that have the same mindset, and therefore there are lesser conflicts. And as the money system is gone, this is getting very important, because as soon as money as a force of order has left the system, we only have communication. And if communication between each other is bad, then even more conflicts are provoked. And therefore we need to first build the new orders to then let them replace the old orders. But we can't start to defragment the old, or we can't start to destroy the old system when we don't have a system in which the people at the moment can live on to. And this has to be done in very, very much aspects of life and in very, very much sectors of economy. So, as I said, the monetary system will be abolished, and then thousands of people from one moment to another will not have any kind of occupation, and therefore they might start a rampage or something like that. Just in our thoughts. I hope people have somehow become adults and have a mindset that says, I'd rather not provoke any conflicts or any rampages or anything in this case or in this way. But to be sure of this, I guess the contract I mentioned in the recent video is very important. So we have to sign a contract that it is not right to kill anybody, to harm anybody in any way, just because of his thoughts, because of his skin color, because of his religion, or in any way because of his ethnicity. So there are certain basic rights, just like the human rights we have, that we need to agree on by contract. And so we have to agree on the fact that we don't own this earth. The only thing we earn is our body. Everything that belongs to our body is ours. And everything else, like the clothes we wear, the houses we are living in, is just borrowed from the earth. And if the human race should leave the planet somehow, someday, then the planet will take back his property. Yes, the planet will take back his property. and in regions where humans have left, you will see that nature takes back what you took. And this is the mindset we need to build up in everybody. We are living in nature and not nature in us. So somehow nature is living in us, but we are dependent on the nature and on the people we are living with and through. And therefore this new order of society will also bring the benefit of people that are voluntarily willing to help you. Because if you have very different mindsets, there are so many mindset conflicts that there is not so much willpower to help the one you're facing at the moment. So you'd rather help someone who has nearly the same aims and goals. That's one thing I will be talking about in the next video, aims and goals. This is making the organization of society much easier. And in this new society order, we also will have a new health and education system. So the health system will be aimed at helping everybody, not helping the ones the pharma industry can make a big profit of. So anti-pain or pain relief medicals pain relief medicals are very profitable, and so they are produced very much, but some medicine for people that are only a small percentage of the people that need health care won't get the health care they need to survive because it wouldn't be profitable. But as soon as money has left the scene, we don't need to talk about profit anymore. We can talk about what is necessary to save our Earth and the humanity. And therefore I think the abolishment of the monetary system will be a big pain relief. A pain relief in our mindsets, a pain relief in our hearts. Because we don't need to be sad about all the things happening on Earth, which we can't do anything about it because we think it costs too much. The only thing, or the only cost we will have, is our thoughts and our time we need to spend to solve the problems we face today. The education system will be much more freely organized. Children should do what they are supposed to do. First of all, be children, explore, gain knowledge, and find their place in society, or find a place they wish to be in society. And this is one thing that is also done in other species. So the place in societies in their societies is often already given by the mother they were born by, and so on. And yet they also have to explore. And this is what every children or every baby generation of species do. They explore. They need to see where their own borders are. What are their weaknesses? What are their strengths? What are their capabilities? And as soon as they have found the best way to use their capabilities and to find people which can level up their own weaknesses, this is the moment when society gets complete. When society is the strongest together, because all weaknesses are leveled up by the strengths of all the others. And this is the aim I think the educational system should have. The educational system is something that is providing the knowledge that children and young people want to have on their own. They decide on their own that they need and want this knowledge because they see a place in society for themselves which they think or which they know fits their capabilities, their strengths and weaknesses best. What could be better for a child to know that you can explore as long as you want until you find the place in society you were made for. And as there is no costs anymore, you can also don't say that research costs so much. So if you want to be a researcher or just an observer of any evolutionary kind of one species, for example, living in the woods, then you can do this. It's a contribution to the knowledge of the global society. And even if you don't only do it 2 hours a day, it is enough because you do it and you contribute to the knowledge of the complete Earth or of the complete human race. And due to the new media, we can spread the knowledge instantly. What needs to be spread also nearly instantly is the alignment of humanity as the keeper, not the destroyer of the global balance. We are the species that is capable of realizing which problems we caused and which problems we caused to the global balance of ecosystems, which is also destroying our balance of life. And therefore, we are also in the duty to use our capabilities to maintain the global balance in which every species and every form of life have their own place. And every single form of life is regulating and contributing to the complete global system. And so we as humans have to do also. And a very sci-fi, science fiction aim, so in the far future, should be the alignment of humanity for the settlement of another, younger planet. Because I don't think anybody would want to be here when the sun is going to grow to the size of a balloon in universal dimensions and just swallow the earth as a giant ball of fire. But that can be talked about in 200 years. We need to preserve the resources for this today, but the actual settlement of another planet can be talked about later. First of all, we need to get in balance with this planet before we start going to another planet. And as I said, all this must be done as soon as possible. And with which measures we can, or which partial measures we can reach this change, I will talk about in the next episode, titling The Emergency Brake. And we need to pull the emergency brake now. And for now, before we pull it, I thank you for watching this video and hope that you will watch the next video because we are getting close to the end. Thanks once again and see you in the next video.